Photographers are like ferrets. Of all the creatures on this earth, they're probably the last one that you would want in your house. Cats don't really like the smell of them. Their bodies are too long for their legs. It doesn't mean if 5 of them came to me for help, I'd turn them away. Come on.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we have 5 desperate photographers to help today, and I have an idea for a new series. You email me your photos, I make fun of you, and then I improve them with my skills to what they should have been in the first place. And you get a shout out of it. So I got a new email. Email cameraconspiracies@proton.me your stupid photography photos that you think are good probably. And then maybe you'll make it on the show one day. Leave a link to whatever you want to be shouted out as. Like, okay, here's John from Instagram. Go subscribe. Here's his bullshit photo, and this is what it should have been. Huh? Yes. And we have a couple comparisons. As you've noticed, I've reviewed the Ace Pro, and it's pretty fantastically fun, isn't it? Except when you film the human face. But what I've noticed is, I feel like the DJI, for some reason, focuses closer in normal color mode than it does in D-Log. That's just a theory I'm throwing out there. And probably exposes better. So right now we're in D-Log M. Terribly backlit. Glimmer glass, of course. Let's switch to normal for the rest of the show, and then we start answering these losers. Any day now, Cloud. Just move. Move out of the way. We had sun. Come on. Come back out. So now we're in normal colors. Different? Sharper maybe? Perhaps? Better exposure. I feel like it exposes better in these scenarios. D-Log M is a lie. It's so funny. I got so much hate for comparing, and then we'll answer these loser freaks, for comparing the DJI with a close focusing filter to this, when in reality, it's still closer focusing anyway. It looks even sharper without the filter on. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. First loser, what do you think about the S5 IIX and the L mount in general? Oh boy, what a boring question that was. I just think that the L mount alliance is it's in its infancy, and it's so slow to develop. It's so boring to watch, like a paint dry or something. It's taking so long. Just release something, anything, please, for the love of God. It's like, when do we get lens announcement? The last one was with the S5 II, and it was like a 14 to 28. Frickin' Tony's out the yin yang. Who's buying that thing? Nobody. So it's just a slow moving system, very capable, beautiful. You can get like the best looking stuff out of that setup. Or the S5 II, you don't need the X. That's stupid talk. That's for like filmmakers who think they know the difference between the codecs. Oh yeah, this 10-bit 421 is much better than 426. I know it, I can see it, I can feel it. I can feel the greens, they're seeping in. The only thing seeped in is your underwear. If you're going Panasonic, I much prefer Micro Four Thirds. It's just like, L-mount has the Leica glass, but it's the high-end Leica glass that's like 5,000 per lens. Whereas Panasonic, Micro Four Thirds, you get your Leica replicas that are way cheaper, like 500 to 2,000, and it's as good. You still get the pop, and you get more specs. So like, I don't even see L-mount anything as a contender yet. Maybe in 15 years, when they release 2 more lenses, I'll buy in. These damn gloves don't work. I have to use my nose like a cricket. This is what a cricket would... How come it's not working? It's human skin. Come on. Do you have to lick it? Oh, that works. What kind of disease will I get from that? Okay. Whatever happened to the supposed FX10 10 megapixel APS-C video-centric camera? Could seemingly have the 4K slow-mo you want. That's what the FX30 should have been. Like, what were they thinking not doing that? As soon as I saw it announced, I was like, for sure they're going to do like the A7S III style sensor in APS-C, but they didn't. You know why? Oh, I'll tell you. Sony is a recycling plant, and they have a bunch of stuff in several warehouses underground, reptilian tunnels, and they reuse the stuff, their old stuff, constantly. They bought so much of it, that's why it was cheap, by millions. Like those screens that they're still using in most of their camera, like 9 million dots. I mean, 900,000 dots. Yeah. So like they reuse that sensor, the 24 megapixel thing that's in like all their old stuff, I think. Don't quote me on it. They could have just shot for the stars with an A7S III. It should have beat the specs of an A7S III, but that might have crippled sales of that camera and the FX3. So they didn't do it, did they? No, they didn't. They thought, oh, we'll go to 24 megapixel, better photos. Oh, no viewfinder? Oh, do photographers appreciate that? They do, apparently. Glimmer glass. So what should have happened was a FX10, low megapixel, 4K 240p, HD 480 frames, super IBIS that works way better, and then like enhanced active stab digital. That could have been some stuff. And then you have your Zeiss glass. Not many wide choices for that APS-C system, but alright, whatever. 18mm Batis, that's a little tight. You could do a Sony 11mm for vlogs, alright, whatever. That'd be a nice little system, but they didn't do it, did they? That car sounded weird. It's electric. I don't like you. Oh my god, that piece of furniture needs to be in my life right now. Oh my god. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, can you picture this in my house? Oh man. I had so many plans today. All I can think about now is bringing this home. Was that your question? It unfortunately wasn't. Can anyone help? I travel with my iPhone 14, end up having to use the very yucky selfie cam. Why? Why do you have? Who forced you at gunpoint to do that? Nobody uses that selfie cam. What are you talking about? When traveling, hiking means rendering all the benefits of the main camera useless. Of course, so use the main cam, you bunch of hobo shit. Selfie cam footage is not nice. I know that. So don't use it ever. Why would you? Now, every vlog cam reviewer puts their phone in a rig next to the thing, praises the main cam. How do you replicate that in real life use? Okay, you're lost. You are lost and you need help. I'm with you. Smartphone reviewers, are you kidding me right now? So most smartphone reviewers will actually, when getting to their vlog segment, turn around and use the selfie cam. These new cameras with all the main tech in the back, they're choosing to do this frickin' shit. Oh, 'cause I can see myself now. You freaking moron. You don't need to see anything. For vlogging, if you have a wide lens, this is what you want to do. Thanks to the close focusing ability of DJI, you see everything now. So you get one of these clamps. Make sure it has a tripod thing on the bottom and the back, so you can get an Ulanzi clip through my affiliate links. And then, as you've seen, I can just clip it on there with the tripod. That's very unique. Only phones can do that, as far as I know. So then you're angling, you got your tripod, you're out there, and then test at home to make sure which of these cameras is the one you're using so you can actually look into it. So like you cover one lens with your finger. Oh, that's the one. Okay, so I know that my main cam is the middle one and the ultra wide is to the right. So I'm just holding it out there and you just kind of judge it. You can see, you know if it's straight or not. I can tell that I'm dead center. And then we turn it off for a little rule of thirds. In fact, let us show you a little demonstration. So boom, right now we're on the Huawei P40 Pro in the ultra wide. So I know that's pretty freaking wide. I'm probably still in the shot as I go here, rule of thirds style. But if I wanted to be safe, okay, you're pointing it in the middle, and you're walking around. Best skin tones in the business. It's not too red. HDR doesn't exist. It wouldn't change your face into something unusably bad. Huawei would never do that. So like boom, ultra wide, but the main cam is always the best one. Let's switch to that. It's harder, isn't it? A little tighter. Usually 26 to 28 mil. Boom. I am now in the rule of thirds. Somewhat, I think. I'm 90% sure. So there you have it. It's not too hard. You cannot see. And just make sure when you start recording that your phone's not tipped up in vertical bullshit mode. Because like right now, I can't really... I've done it. I've had the mirror up here. You can do that. Get a little stand and a mirror pointing down. It's heavy and bullshit. So like pressing the record button is very hard. So like you turn it around to do that. It's like, okay, I'm going to press record now. And then you see that it's running. Then you're pointing back to yourself. And you're good to go. You're on a Huawei. Look at those skin tones. That is good. It's not too over sharpened or saturated. Looks amazing. Wow. So there you have that. 30 frames per second on a 24 feet timeline.
You could get away with that by slowing it down, but you'd have to talk faster. That's what I should have done. I should have just spoke really fast and slowed it down, and you wouldn't have seen the jitters. I'll leave.
Okay, we're now on the Ace Pro with my new table, of course. If you're far enough... Oh, God! You stupid my piece of shit. Okay, was that your question? Here's my use case. I need to vlog, but I also like to grab some still photos as well. That's your first problem. You're trying to do multiple things with one thing. Doesn't really work, does it? I prefer to carry only one camera. Love the way the colors look on the Nikon. Wish stabilization was a bit smoother, but not a deal breaker. I'm almost pulled the string on the Pocket 3, but now this looks like a great option based on what I saw here. Your thoughts? He's talking about the Nikon Z30, of course. So here's the deal. You want to vlog. The easiest thing to do is a little action cam, but the photos are going to suck, so that's not going to work for you. You want to take photos. I bet you a smartphone would be much better. You're doing your iPhone, super sharpened face, and then, wow, you actually have several lenses in here. Decent, not bad. That's an option. You could go Sony ZV-1. There's some nice photos and vlogging. Super shaky. It's like a 38mm lens with all the stave, but that hurts. Or the Pocket 3, as you suggest. That's very limited. It's a 20mm only. And then, can you imagine trying to point that gimbal, trying to set up your perfect framing for a photo? I don't think that would work very well. Nikon Z30, man, all the way. That thing is... The stave's better. Most of my videos were shot in sport mode, which is not good at all. Once you go to regular, it's somewhat tolerable. And the 12 to 28 is totally good enough. So it's like you either get the kit lens, 16 to 50, or the 12 to 28, Nikon Z30, boom. It has a quick photo to video switch. You're done, man. That's Marcus Pick's favorite switch. He loves those. He loves being able to switch back and forth between video. He never forgets that it's in one or the other. He loves that so much. Oh, man. So there's your answer. Yes, I'm guarding this table. I'm absolutely not leaving here. And if someone tries to take it, I will kill them with AI. Uh-oh. Oh, there's monkeys everywhere. Why did I do the monkey thing? They're evil. Help. Someone send help. This is not fair. Oh. Did that work? That'd be cool. It didn't? Oh, that's good times. I'll leave. Okay, last question here. Off topic, but if you liked the Blackmagic OG so much, why not buy 6K full frame? Considering to buy it now for Woods movies. You could go away without IBIS and autofocus. Can you? You look familiar. Aren't you the guy that just told me I'm a sellout and that I don't like farting or something? That was rude. Kind of rude, but okay. For me, I'm not going to upgrade just because something looks nicer in image quality. My Blackmagic OG destroys anything I have. I'm very happy with the Canon R8. Like, you cannot get a better image for me. It's very pleasing, the colors, it just works. Even in just standard 8-bit, it's fantastic. And then all my L lenses, it's like, yep. Canon R8 is the future. It's got slow-mo. Like Blackmagic, what am I going to do? There's no flippy screen, no IBIS, no autofocus. Such a hassle. L-mount lenses, what are you doing? I could adapt my EF mount, but then you're doing a clunky adapter with manual focus. How do you see it? I film myself mostly, so doing that, it's like headaches. For what benefit? And they have like no slow-mo? If I'm to upgrade a camera, I want something better than my A7S3 has. We have to do like at least 360 frames per second. I'm saying 480 is preferred. He's in a t-shirt. I'm freezing in like sheep wool and sheep fur. How's that possible? Is it the beard? How? How are you doing that? So casually. Smoking, that's the secret. He smokes. So right now, Blackmagic has basically nothing I would ever want. I've debated, I think I should have got the Blackmagic 4K instead of the OG. If I'm really looking at that purchase and being honest with myself, that at least has 120 frames per second. It would have been sharper, does 4K 60p, has a huge screen on the back, so like when I'm setting up my forest scene, I could probably nail focus a lot easier. But the OG just spoke to me. 2 megapixels, 1080p only, so old. So like I'm living with that hell, and it's good enough for me. So like 6K, like you have nothing. You did nothing. I'm saddened by your existence. Hopefully they do something. I got an email the other day saying, from a Blackmagic rep, and he said, I'm surprised you haven't used the Blackmagic app yet. That'd be a fun video. On what device? It only comes with Apple phones. Why isn't it on Android? What's the point of the thing? You have to be an Apple fanboy? What the... Wow, he is violent. What a nice table thing. Can't wait to carry that home. How am I gonna carry that? It's not that heavy. I'm doing it. Oh man, what a score. Oh boy. Watch, my fiance is gonna be like, I don't like it at all. I carried it miles home. Oh boy, that is the plight. I've helped so many people today. So email me your photos and that'll be a new series. We dissect and improve photographers' loser shots. They were so proud of taking them, but not till they send them to me. If you can take the criticism, that'll be a fun show. Send them on over. How you doing? Subscribing for more videos. I'll see you in the next. Why are you helping?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's no problem. Oh, it's easier than it looks. Oh, that's a bitch. Why am I doing it?